Let's go. All right, this is part 2, and I'm going to skip the description of how to go back to part 1 because we are rushing this one to help you guys get on with your Sunday. And furthermore, we have viewer comments to do, and we still have to do the women's draw entirely and viewer comments in this video. We're going to do it. Real quickly though. This is important. I had an idea, and this came from actually a comment that Kane, and what's Kane's last name? Srobjanovic or something? Srobjanovic. The idea for me to do this came from Kane, and in a comment, he didn't mention, he doesn't even know I'm doing this, but he mentioned a comment about how can we compare certain generations to certain players because of technology and rackets and strings and so forth. So I realized that I had rackets spanning generations of tennis from the 1800s until now.
Kind of.
Yeah, well, the first one is a contemporary racket. Now this is the racket in which we are giving away. Okay, I don't need to show it again. I'm just saying it's a nice head racket, modern generation with polyester strings, overgrip, and the whole bit. 100 square inch head, so forth. Right? Okay, contemporary, current generation. Now, not long ago, this was Federer's racket. It's a Federer autograph, not authentic. This is just a racket that was available, and this is a Pro Staff 6190 with a 90 square inch head. Okay, bigger grip, about 4 3/8. Okay, 27 inches is the norm. Contemporary, current.
Isn't that what don't I play with a small head?
You play with a 98. Now this is a 90. This is the size I played with in college. Actually 85 Pro Staff, so not quite this big. But definitely equally as heavy and a more compact head. Okay, so let's just say 2010, circa 2010, circa 2002 to 4 probably. Okay, so not much time's changed between this and this. So I have here a Jack Kramer autograph. That this is a Pro Staff. So Pro Staff. So before this was the 85 Pro Staff, which really isn't much different than that. This is her father's racket, by the way. So her father, Nathan, respectively, hell of a good tennis player, plays with this racket. I strung it for him, hence why I had this to show. Jack Kramer autograph would have been the generation basically before this or the Pro Staff 85. Now this is Jack Kramer. I think was in his tip-top game in the 40s, maybe 50s, and I may have that slightly off. I think 40s and 50s though. 40s, 50s, middle 30s or middle 40s, something like that. So here's that. Now in the 1800s, 1890s roughly, we had this. Now this is a grip that I put on this racket. If I took this grip off, it would be just a chafed, almost looked like it was sawed off at the edges to make the octagon shape, the 8 sides. But this is an 1800s metalist racket. I cut the strings out so it wouldn't warp, and I will cut the strings out of that.
Not a big difference.
Yeah, it's for so many years the technology stayed the same, and here in the past couple of decades we've jumped to this, and then now this. So I think Kane had a great point a couple shows ago about comparing generations and so forth.
This is heavier.
Because who's to say that maybe this was a little bit more or less difficult then and to what it is now, and people didn't know about cigarette smoking. I know a lot of these players smoked cigarettes back in the day actively.
They drank, smoked, partied hard, and before they played tournaments.
So anyway, nice little history lesson, but how the generations change, and yet the game stays pretty much the same. I think as players change in their physicality and their fitness, then they begin to own their rackets. But I think the Woody is really fun to play with. If you ever get a chance to play with a Woody, do it. It calms you down a bit and makes you have to guide things instead of just killing things. So let's go. History lesson of the day. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Women's draws. Ready to roll?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Top half, women's draw. Number 1 seed, Halep. And her section has Kanepi, first round. Watch out for Kanepi. Kanepi can beat Halep. Kanepi can beat Halep. Just saying. Kanepi can beat Halep. Just saying. Okay? Vanaya King's in there, U.S. player. I don't think she's going to do too much. Pavlyuchenkova in that section. Again, I think Halep rolls through to the fourth round in that little section, but watch out for Kanepi, because Kaya Kanepi...
How do you have her rolling through the fourth round?
Who's she going to... Oh, to the third round. To the third round in that section. So Halep in her first section has Kanepi, qualifier, Jakupovic, King... I can't pronounce Natalia Viklienseva.
Yeah, she should roll through that.
And then Rebecca Peterson and then Pavlyuchenkova. So Halep should roll to the third round. Just below that, it gets difficult. We have Serena. We have Dolhide, the American player who's decent. Camila Giorgi, who's a decent player. Kuznetsova, who's a great player. And then Venus Williams below her, who's a great player. Venus could lose to Kuznetsova, by the way.
I have her losing in the first round.
I think there, though, because it's such a toss-up between Kuznetsova and Venus, I'm going to say that one of those two, or Camila Giorgi, meets Serena in the third round. And I still think that Serena beats whoever she's playing in the third round, no matter if it's her sister or Giorgi or Kuznetsova. I think Serena wins that. I think no matter what, Halep and Serena meet in the fourth round. So I'm going to scratch that section. Serena, Halep, fourth round, unless Halep loses to Kanepi. Next section, Muguruza, Zhang, Martic, Safarova qualifier at Bar T. Watch out for Bar T. Muguruza's been really topsy-turvy lately, and watch out for Safarova. She can play.
Yeah, she can play. Barty's there?
Yeah.
I mean, Muguruza could lose to the first player. She's had a lot of injuries. She hasn't had a good hard court season, so I didn't even pick her going far.
There though, I have Muguruza and Barty as the statistical favorites to meet each other, and after that, I have it's like a question mark because that doesn't really matter anyway because I don't have Muguruza or Barty going.
I didn't either. I kind of just left that.
Whoever wins it, great match, but I wouldn't count my chickens on Barty or Muguruza winning this U.S. Open. Next, we have the Greek player, 32 in the world, Sakari, who's been doing really well. And just the seed below her, the closest one that will give her trouble is Pliskova. I have Pliskova and Sakari, even though Sophia Kennan's in there. Yeah, Kennan's in there, and Kennan can play too. So I think out of this section, you're going to have Sakari, Kennan, or Pliskova. And don't forget about this girl from Thailand, Kum. She's got the two-hand forehand, the two-handed backhand. She can cause you trouble too because she's so fit and she can go all day long. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, though, that I think that either Sakari or Kennan meets Pliskova in the third round, but I have Pliskova winning that, and Pliskova playing either Muguruza or Barty in the fourth round.
Honestly, I didn't even care about that section.
All right. Go, Pliskova. Let's go! Like Pliskova a lot. Let's go! Love Pliskova.
He's full of energy today, huh?
Let's go! Get it done, Pliskova. Let's win this one. Let's go! She could be my finalist. She could be my winner.
All right, let's go to the next section.
Let's go, Pliskova. Let's go! Next section. Let's go, Pliskova. We can do this. Sloane Stephens and Gavrilova, and everyone in between is like qualifying and potentially never. Well, I've heard of Rodina. Okay, I have Sloane Stephens meeting Gavrilova, I guess. Oh, but wait a minute, no, Azarenka's in the mix. Let's go, Azarenka.
I still have Stephens going through.
You think Sloane Stephens is gonna beat Azarenka?
Yeah, I think so.
I have Azarenka. Let me just go ahead and stop that. I have Azarenka beating Sloane Stephens and landing in the fourth round.
He has a lot of faith in her.
Azarenka sends Sloane Stephens packing. Mark my words.
She's a good.
Take Azarenka here.
Azarenka's a good unseeded player.
Let's go, Azarenka. Come on, Vika, let's go. Next section, Strykova. Bonarenko, Mertens, and a couple qualifiers in there. The next section, Strykova being your 23 seed, Mertens being 15. I have Mertens going all the way and meeting Azarenka in the fourth round, and I have Azarenka going to the quarterfinals and beating Mertens.
I think he's dreaming. I
Let's go.
have Stephens making that section all the way. It doesn't matter who's coming up on that.
Julia Georges, big things from her. I expect big things from Julia Georges. Watch out for her. Julia Georges is the 9 seed. Makarova is just below her. Makarova can play. Don't forget about her. Below her, we have Vekic playing Sevastova. Vekic, watch out for Wawrinka's girl. Vekic can bring some drama. Her hubby or her boyfriend's got some majors under his belt. Let's go, Vekic. Let's go. I think Vekic could beat Sevastova in the first round. I think personally Vekic is a good unseeded pick for this first round match to beat. I think Vekic will more than likely beat. I'm not saying she will, but I think Vekic will more than likely beat Sevastova, the 19th seed, in the first round.
Well, I mean, Sedovina is not too shabby. I mean, I had her going really far. I didn't put her in my. I actually took her out. I had picked her in my bracket and took her out.
So we agree that statistically that we would think Georges makes the quarter here?
No.
Who would you pick?
Anybody.
What about
I put question marks everywhere.
Razwanska?
I put question marks everywhere. I put Sabina getting through that.
Maybe Vekic?
Anybody.
Maybe?
Anybody.
Okay, so let's get down to business, though. Let's get into the quarterfinals in the top half, and let's finish it for time. We got Halep and Serena in the fourth. Who wins?
Serena.
Got it. I'm going with Serena there. We have Pliskova playing Barty or Muguruza. Who wins between those three? Quick.
Pliskova, I guess.
Got it. Let's go. Then we have Stevens or Azarenka playing Mertens. Who wins that?
Stevens.
Let's go, Azarenka. Let's go. Come on. Then we have maybe, yeah, we just said that. Okay.
Sabina or...
So now it's like Georges, Makarova, Vekic, Sevastova, Rybarkovova, Svitolina,
Makarova's not good at the US
Razwanska.
Open.
Who are you taking between all those girls?
I put Sedovina facing Stevens, in my opinion.
I'll take Svitolina too. So we got, well, Stevens is up further.
Well, Stevens
okay,
and
yeah.
Sedovina would meet.
So then I would take Svitolina playing Azarenka.
Okay.
All right, so Serena playing Pliskova. Who wins?
Serena.
I got Serena too. Let's go. Then I have Azarenka beating...
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Does it matter really,
Doesn't
Justin?
matter. Okay, so let's say now going into the semifinal, we have Serena playing the rest of the field.
Who cares?
Who wins?
Serena.
Let's go. I got the same thing with Serena going to the final. Let's go. Bottom half. How much time you got over there?
11 minutes. So
All right, we gotta do this quick. We still got viewer comments.
Yep.
Top half. Garcia, Konta, Monica Puig, gold medalist. Mladenovic, good player from France. Suarez, Navarro. I'm like, I put X's in the whole thing.
It don't matter.
Because I'm like, I don't know. I would guess Garcia, and I put over here, I guess Garcia. I just guess Garcia because she's higher seeded. And I know all these girls, and I watched them all play. Honestly, I think Konta has a good
chance.
I think Konta has a good shot to go as far as anybody. Here comes a diesel truck with bass. Not my biggest thing.
It's not a diesel truck.
Well, it sounds like a diesel, but it's not. All right. So anyway, so I really have Konta or Garcia getting to the fourth round here, but it's a coin toss either way. But I'm gonna stick with Konta here.
It doesn't matter. It didn't matter to me.
Didn't we have a discussion of how important the Olympics was to tennis players not long ago?
Yeah.
Okay, and then Monica Puig won a gold medal, right?
Right.
Then why is nobody talking about Puig?
Because Olympic medals don't matter.
Man.
Well, unless it was like someone explained it to me that...
Or swimming or diving. Or...
Well, right. Well, someone explained to me that Djokovic really wanted to win this for Serbia, so...
Let's go! Because it would probably been like a first time ever thing.
Right, Kerber. Let's move on, because you get stuck with the let's go.
All right. So next section, again, we have Garcia going, or Konta going to the fourth round. Next section, Sharapova is in there. Alison Riss, the American girl. Anna Misova, the 16-year-old. Pekovic, who I like a lot, playing Ostapenko in the first round. I like Sharapova in this section.
Me too. I picked her going past everybody in this thing.
Yeah.
She would meet Ostapenko, which I think, in my opinion, she'll get through.
Yeah, I would have Sharapova meeting Ostapenko in the third round, and then Sharapova winning that match, and Sharapova playing the likes of Konta, Garcia, or Suarez Navarro, maybe even Mladenovic in the fourth round, and Sharapova winning that. And
Let's go! I have Sharapova going, let's go!
Oh, she just threw a let's go!
That was a good time to throw a let's
You
go.
did it!
Oh my gosh.
So I have Sharapova making a quarter, so I'm going to speed this up for you guys. Ostapenko loses to Sharapova in the third round, in my opinion. Madison Keys in the next section with Basinski. Watch out for Basinski, the Swedish player. Basinski's a quality player. She's been up and down, but watch out. I like Basinski a lot, and Basinski's great on clay too. Watch out for Basinski. Krunic was hot there for the beginning parts of the grass court run up.
Yeah, and
then
not
she
so
got
much
into
of
women and then disappeared.
Yeah.
Watch out for Krunic though. Krunic is a good player. Flipkins, okay, she's a veteran. Then Coco Vandeweghe. I used to, try to root for Coco Vandeweghe, but I think that like disappeared.
Last year was her year. This year, no.
In that section.
She needs to fire Mats Villaner and get another coach.
In that section, I have Keys going to the fourth round.
So do I.
Okay. The next section, Sybil Kogel, who I think your mother's met, short little powerhouse. with Cornet in there, Larson, Gasparian, haven't heard her, Margarita Gasparian, I haven't heard of that, and Kerber. I have Kerber sailing through to the third round, meeting Sivilkova, having a close match there, but Kerber winning there and playing Keys in the fourth round.
I do too.
Next section, Kvitova, Wickemeyer, who's a quality opponent, but I think Kvitova sails through to the third round for sure.
She should.
Sabalenka is in this section playing a college girl, Collins. Now,
she'll get through that.
Sabalenka, young 20-year-old powerhouse who two people, Kiyosama and someone else I forgot, picked Sabalenka to win the tournament. I agree with them. She has a shot. But you have to watch out. You have to watch out for Kvitova here. I have Kvitova and Sabalenka meeting in the third round, but I have Kvitova winning that match.
So do I, Justin.
Let's go.
I have the same thing. I think Kvitova's experience will beat Sabalenka.
Next section, Osaka. We have Nicolescu. We have Sasnovich. We have Bencic, who's another Swedish player. That's good. She went through an injury. And Kasatkina. I have Kasatkina coming together and meeting Osaka in the third round, and Kasatkina beating Osaka to land in the fourth. But Osaka could win that too, but she cries too much for her coach, and she can't cry for the coach in majors because they don't allow it. Therefore, I think Osaka will lose even worse. So I'm picking Kasatkina to meet Kvitova in the fourth round.
I do too.
Let's go. Green out here.
All right. You look like you're dying out there, but come on.
I'm good, man. I'm ready to go. Next section, which I love. Bertens. Pliskova's sister, twin, who's the one that's lesser of the two seeds. Buzaranescu, Kontaveit. Watch out for Kontaveit. Kontaveit and Kanepi. Powerhouses. Watch out for both. Kanepi was in the top. Kontaveit's in the bottom. Watch out for her. Siniakova, Tomljanovic, Serenko, Stosur, and Wozniacki all in the bottom. I think in that section, for me, Bertens rolls through to the quarters and meets either Wozniacki, Stosur, or Kontaveit.
Stosur could beat Wozniacki tomorrow. She's not playing well. I didn't even have Wozniacki passing the first round. I have there I put Bertens, but really I didn't concentrate too many on any of them.
For the past two tournaments, I've been talking about Stosur. She's laughed at me, and now she's talking about Stosur can beat Wozniacki. How is that even fair?
Anybody can beat Wozniacki right now.
So why are you laughing at mine?
Look, you should play. You beat her.
Okay, so look, you're telling me that you've been laughing at my Stosur pick for the past two tournaments.
Let's put Puig there. She could win.
All right, I like that. I can't argue with that.
All right, let's go next.
All right, so we have the quarterfinals laid out. That's the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Sharapova playing Kerber. Who you got?
Wait, you got Kerber going through Keys?
Oh, we're fourth round. We had Sharapova playing the likes of Garcia or Konta or whatever. I had Sharapova going to the quarter.
Me too.
Keys and Kerber. Who wins that?
I picked Keys.
I got Kerber. Okay. Kvitova and Sabalenka. We both agreed Kvitova.
Yeah.
Osaka, Kasatkina. We both agreed Kasatkina.
Kasatkina against Kvitova. I have Kasatkina.
And Kasatkina against Kvitova. I have Kvitova.
I have Kasatkina.
Okay, so a little bit separate. In the lower half, where it goes from Bertens to Buzaranescu to Kontaveit, Wozniacki, I think
Bertens will get through any of those.
Yeah, so I think Bertens will be in the quarter
Doesn't
against.
Matter.
So I think Sharapova, Kerber. She thinks Sharapova, Keys. I have Kvitova and Bertens. We both have that.
I don't
Kasatkina.
I have Kasatkina.
So
Bertens.
she has Kasatkina, Bertens. I have Kvitova, Bertens. For the final, I have Kerber beating Sharapova.
Not me.
She has Sharapova. Okay. I have Kvitova beating Bertens, and I have.
I have Kasatkina beating Bertens.
Yeah, I'm
not saying who's gonna go because then they'll know who's gonna be in the finals for me.
Yeah. So no, this doesn't necessarily what goes on our fantasy team. This is just the common what everyone would think. At least I will hope so. We spend a lot of time on statistics and head-to-head and everything else, right?
Well, most people have Kerber going into the finals.
Okay, well, I think that I'm gonna keep it locked up then.
Yeah, I wouldn't say too much about that.
All right, real quickly, fantasy team. That's the end of the draws.
Mm-hmm.
How much time we got?
19.
19 minutes. Okay. How many viewer comments you got?
Like about 10.
Roll with it.
I guess you guys didn't want to make comments yesterday.
Viewer comments. Let's go.
All right. Kane says, Brajanovic says, first comment. Woohoo!
Let's go, Kane.
He didn't say let's go.
First
he said,
comment.
Woo! He says, so Novak is winning the U.S. Open. No other way around it. He's on the rise, and even with being at 80% or so, he's beating everyone. He's mentally so strong now, and physically fitness is incredible as always. That, I don't see anyone standing with him for 5 sets. P.S. Women's side pick, Halep. So I told him, love your comment, but please, make your picks.
Yeah,
So
make
he
your
has a
picks,
chance.
man. Make your picks. Seriously, why not make your picks? If you don't play and you don't want the contemporary racket and you want the Kramer autograph, I'll send you this one. You can hang it on your wall or something. But put your picks in. If you don't play, and it's no problem with that, but we can work something out. Put your picks in, bro. Put your picks in. It's worth it.
Yeah. Rahesh says, Justin, you should have change sheets. You let sun God shower his grace on Carla. Yeah.
Pretty girl.
Thank you.
I definitely would second with Rahesh on this. For me, young lady, anytime I wake up.
Well, I guess he's saying God showered his. Yeah, he did.
When I wake up, Rahesh, and I know that
He did shower his grace on me.
she can be a real tough customer, but at the end of the day, and she really is truly a wonderful person to be around, and I'm very lucky.
Thank you. I'm lucky
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Look,
Yeah.
let's go. No matter what, all's good when Carla's right here. Let's go. Come on. Doesn't matter. Look, man, we've been in hotel rooms with 6 kids.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Just telling you. Carla,
Right.
she makes it all worthwhile.
Rahesh says again, Novak losing first week, definitely a joke, but respect to your dad. But Novak will be fed and make Justin sad. Oh, he rhymed it. Novak will be fed and make Justin sad. Ooh, he rhymed something for you.
Look, real quickly, look.
That's a good one, Rahesh. I like that one.
Look, Djokovic should beat, based upon what we have seen, should beat Federer, okay? However, you cannot count Federer out, number one. Number two, the odds, the Vegas odds, the house odds, the betting odds have been on Djokovic since he won Wimbledon, and that makes it skeptical for me. I think Djokovic has to be very, 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 very careful with Roger. I think actually Roger will beat Djokovic in Wimbledon. I think that Djokovic will win the entire tournament. They came out wrong. I think that Djokovic will win the U.S. Open.
Okay,
but I really, how do I even say this right? I wouldn't be surprised if Federer won it either. I think either Djokovic or Federer will win the tournament. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Rahesh says, yeah, I liked it, Justin, the musical. So he likes your music. Rahesh says, very rarely it has been unpredictable. Most of the times it has gone to the top guys, the U.S. Open. Well, Wawrinka won. He beat Djokovic in 2016. And that was unpredictable.
Del Potro won.
Yeah, I thought he was going. Federer was going to beat him.
What was Del Potro ranked that year?
I don't know, but I didn't think Del Potro had a chance against Federer.
Well, I think he was up. No, I don't think he was up 2 sets on Del Potro, was he? I think he was up 2 sets.
He was up 2 sets, yes.
Yeah, that was a dicey one too.
Yeah.
And then Federer was up 2 sets on Djokovic one time too, wasn't he at the final?
Djokovic won, yeah.
Yeah, and Federer was up 2 sets to none.
Well, he's saying the top guys usually win it.
Yeah.
I mean, but the U.S. Open, the dark horses have a greater chance, in my opinion. The crowd, the U.S. Open crowd, pumps those dark horses up. All right, the look says, talking about consistency, Federer, last U.S. Open final was in 2015, and he won in the last time in 2009. I mean, 2009. And Novak was in the final 07, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, and 16, winning respectively in 2011 and 15. That's a lot of finals to go to and not win.
That's incredible, lot.
Nadal was in the final in 10, 11, 13, and 17, winning in 2010, 13, and 17. So Nadal has made it to finals and won more than Novak has. That says a lot.
It's a lot.
If they meant the final, Nadal Djokovic, I think depends on Novak's form. If he's playing the best tennis, he's going to win. Don't get me wrong, Nadal's a beast, but Novak's best is unbeatable. It depends how good the field, weather conditions. If they play a night session, etc., let's see how the first week is going to be. After that, it's easier to predict. Let's go! I mean, I didn't know Novak made it to 07, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, and 16 and only won 2 out of those. I don't know. I like Nadal's stat better because he made it to 10, 11, 13, 17, and he won 10, 13, and 17. That's a better stat. Just saying. Nadal's going to win, guys.
What about Roger's stats? How many finals did he make and then win out of those? Didn't he win like 5 U.S. Open straight?
He's got, yeah.
Or 3 straight and then 1. I forget what it was. I don't want to get called on the faction on that one. But let's not forget Roger's stats there.
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to say he won like 3 to 5 straight. Now, I didn't write that down, but let's be real. Let's forget it.
So Nadal,
we keep talking about Nadal and Djokovic, but yet the person that has 20 we're not respecting at all. And all I'm saying is that he deserves respect.
He deserves respect.
I get the whole advertisement thing and people don't like him and all that, but you have to give the guy respect.
But I wouldn't pick Federer to go to the final. I just don't.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. But
I have to agree with the rest of the viewers on that.
We can't forget that he was match point away from going to the Wimbledon final, and he just won the Australian Open. He didn't play clay. So,
yeah, he's not playing
he's
terrible.
He's been a major contender.
He's not playing terrible, Justin, but his draw is tough.
He can handle that.
Okay. The look says Kyrgios beat Djokovic twice last year, but he was not the real Novak. And in the first match, Kyrgios hit 25 aces in 2 sets. That's ridiculous. But today, Novak's on his mission. Only informed Nadal can challenge him. Wawrinka isn't there yet. Federer's a bit slow, and Delpo has a fitness issue. And in the course this year, slower. That favors Novak.
Love this comment.
But you never know because it's New York. We will see. I mean, how can you say that Djokovic wasn't himself? Come on, we can't make excuses.
He did mention about the Del Potro, right?
Was he injured? Was that why?
What, Del Potro?
No, was Djokovic injured when Kyrgios beat him twice? I don't know. Was he?
I don't recall.
Is that why you're saying it, the look? Because Djokovic was injured? What was it that he...
I don't know. I always say if you're able to play a match, then it's fair game, win or lose.
Exactly. There's a could-have, should-have, would-have.
Yeah, I mean, for me as a player, you can choose to play the match or you can choose to withdraw from the match. If you play the match...
Well, I'm just curious. Was he injured?
Yeah, I mean, if you play the match, then it will... No, it can't be, because if you were injured, then you wouldn't play.
What was it when he decided that he's going to...
If you play a...
Yeah, you're
Let's
right.
put it this way. If you play a match, you're not injured. If you don't play a match, you can say you're injured. But you can't go out and play a match and say, oh, it's because my knee hurt. Doesn't work that way. I played my entire life through the college ranks. If you step on the court and shut the gate and say, hey, nice to meet you, let's go, you're playing the match. If you lose the match, you lose the match. There is no but what. You shouldn't have played the match. You could have said, man, I can't go today. Thank you very much. I therefore default.
Yeah, but...
and I'm sorry, but if you play the game, that's the way it works.
Yes, well...
You play the game.
I don't make excuses, even if
there is no excuses.
The look, when did Kyrgios play him? What year? I'm just curious. All right, Steve Clevenger says, I think the weather videos you do are very clear with good quality. Please keep it going when you're able. Thanks.
Steve Clevenger, thank you for the comment. The weather has been beautiful all summer long. I think I might have had 1 or 2 little squalls come through here and not even enough time to realize it. So I've really been hoping for a tropical storm or hurricane, and we have not gotten it. But appreciate it. What are we at?
26.
All right, we got to roll.
Kia says, if I may take a moment to get this out once and for all, I applaud you and everyone else. Hope for Federer to put a good showing at this U.S. Open, but we must and should keep things real. Father Time is at the best knocking at RF's door, and even he knows it. If anyone's going to sit there and tell me that he deliberately threw away the final against Novak as ruse or to throw everyone off, then that is a great disservice to his legacy. Roger's a proud man, and rather than toss away a match, he'd rather make the other player earn the win, especially to Novak, who has always been there to thorn on his side.
I can agree with that.
Let's not forget his performance the entire week at Cincinnati was nothing to be proud of either. Sure, he won those matches, but how were they won? Routine wins were met with errors and tiebreaks, and they were unnecessary. He is slower. He gets more frustrated and is prone to showing his temper in the court because he knows his time is running out. And when we look at his draw at the U.S. Open, even if he manages to get Novak, he's got to get by younger players who've got nothing to lose and will push Roger to his limit. By the time he gets to the quarters, we're lucky to even see Roger at 70%, and I might be generous here. If anything, I feel like Novak will be the one tossing a few games Roger's way, as not to embarrass him in front of fans. And as for Novak, setting aside my fan Googles here, you are underestimating this man's fighting spirit and hunger. Wimbledon just put up an entire match against Nadal on YouTube, and folks, Nadal had about 7 breakpoints to the match, and yet Novak always dug to get himself out of trouble. This man who beat Federer is 2 separate U.S. Opens staring at match points. If Novak should go down for any reason, it's because either physically unable or his opponent has been struck by rare lightning bolts and give him an exceptional ability on any given day. Novak wants this, and he will do his darnest best to be lifting the trophy at the end of it all.
Great comment of the day for sure. But again, I love the comment. This comment of the day.
It's very good.
Hands down. It's all factual. It's all factual.
Yes.
But lest we not forget that Roger won the Australian Open this year. He didn't play the French. We forget the smaller tournaments in between. Okay, so he wins the Australian. Beats Nadal, right?
Yes, he beat Nadal.
He didn't play the French. Then we play Wimbledon. Has a match point. Okay, he didn't close it out. He goes to Cincinnati and plays a ridiculously ugly match, and all of a sudden we're calling him Father Time? I disagree
I
with
think
that
anybody out there that plays tennis
part. I
would
disagree.
love to be in his spot.
He's number 2 in the world.
Come on, guys. Yeah.
I mean,
I have to disagree with Kia on that statement.
I love the comments. Comment of the day. I love you, but he just won a major this year. Made it to match point. It was almost in the final against Djokovic.
I'll put it to you this way: when Pete Sampras won his last Grand when Pete Sampras won his last Grand Slam, no one thought he was going to win that Grand Slam.
He's number 2 in the world. He's already won a major this year, and he's Father Time. I don't get it.
Pete Sampras was not number 2 in the world. Pete Sampras was out of the top 20 when he won the U.S. Open. No one expected him to win the U.S. Open. And he won it. Anyone could win the U.S. Open. For somebody to say that Djokovic is unbeatable, any human being in this world is beatable at any day.
Any day. May the best man win. There's
anybody. Otherwise, we wouldn't watch sports.
And I know people said the pressure's on everybody else, but when you're the odds-on favorite for tens of millions or even billions of dollars of betting money in Vegas, believe me, I think the person that has the most pressure here is Djokovic. And again, I think Djokovic will win this tournament. Don't get me wrong. I think he will win it. He is the odds-on favorite, for crying out loud. However, you cannot count out Federer here. You just cannot do it. You can't.
Well, you can't count anybody out. I will probably not get to every comment, Justin.
We'll roll.
Okay. Rajesh says the subway topic was educative. And he said, not sure why you guys are suddenly changing your mind. Novak was made favorite by media, but Novak will win because of his hunger.
We didn't change our mind. We never changed our mind. We still think Djokovic will win by the books. It's what we're saying. But we've played the game our entire life.
Not me. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that.
I'm saying that. He should win it. But I've played this game since I was born, and my fathers played it, and their fathers' fathers played it. I kid you not. And for one to write off everyone else, I think is preposterous because there's 127 other people in this tournament.
Yeah, everyone has a chance.
Everyone has a chance.
Okay, he says, great show, guys. Thank you so much. And then B-Dog says, Del Potro hasn't gone far since after his wrist injury. His fitness will kill him on 5 sets. Honestly, Djokovic would not be shocked, but he might lose in the first week. Still on focus, Nishikori. Nah. 5 sets, nah. Picking keys and Kvitova's in the final. Dark horses, timbres, and drums. Bad dog, if you could send us your men's final, you have a chance to win the
We don't make it.
We're not going to make it?
No,
we're only two more. We're not going to part 3. We don't have much.
You going to screw the show up?
Okay.
We're going to go 5 minutes into part 3?
5 minutes, probably. We're going to have 2 more comments.
It's at 32 minutes.
Okay.
Man. There's no way. All right, we're going to part 3. Part 3. But it's U.S. Open EV. We've been putting up draws for 2 weeks. What do you want to do?
People are going to get mad at you, but go ahead.
That's fine. Whatever. I don't even care at this point. It's U.S. Open E. Watch it. Don't watch it.